How did we get from this classical music over 100 years ago, Für Elise as an example, to this?
To fuck a dog in the ass. I wanna fuck a dog. That's right, kids. I tried to fuck your mom in the ass.
Again.
Tried to fuck your dad in the ass. Could only find the dog and his ass.
Well, the first time I heard that song from Blink-182, it was at a friend's house in Berlin. And I was totally stupefied, yeah, I was totally shocked actually. And he was singing it loud, I wanna fuck your dog, I wanna fuck your dog in the ass, I wanna fuck your mother in the ass, and blah 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 blah. And I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with him? So sick and vile actually, and they sing like something's funny, it's so much fun. It's like they don't even think about what it actually signifies, yeah? They separate it from what it actually signifies and start singing it around. Where it's actually negative programming. It's perversions that they're programming into your mind for you to accept it. As a young lad of 16, 17, well, that was like 15 years ago or something, I listened to black music, rap music, hip hop, and I re-listened to Dr. Dre, The Chronic 2001. And in there, it's a good beat, it's a good sound, but they have so many curse words, bitches, whores, and one curse word that keeps repeating itself over and over again is motherfucking this, motherfucking that, you motherfucker. It's also, they use that curse word, motherfucking this, motherfucking that, as damn this, damn that, to sound cool. But at the same time, if you think about what it actually means, what it actually meant at the very beginning, then you're like, what the fuck? It's all subliminal programming into your mind, actually brainwashing, with all those perversions, sexual degeneracy actually. So, this goes on in our movie industry. Yeah, where did we come from? We came from practically Mozart für Elise or Beethoven für Elise. Came all this way and are programmed to such incredible music. I'm not saying that the entire movie industry is bad, but nevertheless, we are subjected to this on a daily basis and believe that this is normal, where music should actually lift our spirits up and not program us. It's just difficult, yeah, to see this reality as it is and not be able to change it. Our entire society has been infiltrated by these vermin actually, by this evil satanic brute that is rules over us, the Zionist elite. And they intoxicate the entire society. They intoxicate our movie industry, they intoxicate our film industry, they intoxicate our gaming industry. And it has become such a normality that everybody accepts it. For the TV series 24, they justify torture. In many video games, there are torture scenes, multicultural propaganda, brainwashing to accept our racial deaths. That is a norm. You cannot watch another movie without actually seeing this in front of your eyes, or every commercial that you see is multiculturalist. So this has all become a normality, and if you analyze this actually from a clean slate, when you're deprogrammed or totally awake, and you see this, then you see how disgusting, vile and sick, degenerated and perverted our society has become. And this This song that I put in this video at the very beginning, that's just disgusting. The culmination of all filth that there is. That is why also, during the Third Reich practically back then, they burned the books, because the books back then displayed the same filth. They controlled the printing presses, they controlled the newspapers, they controlled the media back then as well. And now they do the same. Here in the alternative news, there's, they're subjecting children now to sexual education courses, which parents do not agree on, because it's practically pornographical. There's a difference between clarifying pupils or young children on sex and promoting anal sex as an example. They're promoting this in the educational system here in Germany, that anal sex and homosexuality are all normal things to do, and that should behave that way. They're making this society more and more filthy and sick over and over again. At the end, we'll be fucking goats. According to an article that I read somewhere on Germany, there are actually bordellos that offer dogs in Germany. So, because bestiality, according to some loophole in the law, is no longer punishable or unlawful. So they actually do this. You can compare it to the Roman Empire that was also taken over by these same people that rule over us today. At the very beginning, the Roman Empire was something good, but then it became the Americas back then. The United States of America was the Roman Empire. They controlled the Roman Empire and waged war after war against foreign countries and subjected them and enslaved them. Mentally, financially, physically, everything they did. And the Roman Empire became filthy and disgusting. Also perverted to its extremes. They accepted non-white slaves, and then the Roman Empire racially fell actually. The society fell. So they keep repeating this pattern of degeneracy, destruction, gene destruction, perversion, sickness, diseases, brainwashing, brain intoxication, accepting everything that this filth as a normality, where it shouldn't be the case. This world would be a paradise without them. If mankind would be free, our people would be free to evolve or to develop themselves to their fullest potential, then this world would be an earthen paradise. But they stopped that from happening by programming us with this trash. Waking up is really difficult. You have to study alternative history online, conspiratorial history online. You have to study the banking system, revisionist history, the so-called the Holocaust revisionism, the truth about the Holocaust and the Third Reich, the truth about 9/11, the truth about Zionist World International Jewry. You have to research this all online. The truth about cancer, the truth about AIDS, the truth about the pharmaceutical industry, the spiritual conspiracy, the truth about God and His angels, the truth that the theory of evolution is just a theory, unproven to this day. You have to deprogram, research the truth, and wake up. Although I believe that in the new golden age this will be done via TV. Most people are going to stay asleep, that's a fact. But when the global turning takes place during World War III and Armageddon, after that, after the great cleanup that has occurred, the cleansing and the physical cleanup of removing all the filth and cleaning ourselves from all that propagandistic bullshit and telling the people the truth, we shall use the mass media and TV to tell people the truth, and they will all wake up. And there shall be order. The natural order will be restored. That is why in many prophecies it is depicted that, as an example, Germany will become a new Kaiserreich, a new king or Kaiser, and that France will get a king, and that even Poland will get a king. I believe Russia will also get a Tsar then, because democracy does not work. A nation should be led by the people that are the best at it. The people that have the best ability to lead the people, the natural nobility of the people, should have those positions. That is why there is a natural leader or a king. That is why I have this name, natural nobility, intellectual nobility. We are an organic species. We are a folk body, and a folk body has to be led, pretty much as a ship has to be led by a captain and its crew. The crew is the state, or the natural nobility. We have to be organized. A society has to be organized. It has to have leadership. I'm not saying you put a despot or a dictator in power. No. In a natural hierarchy, people love their leaders and people love the king. And the king is honest with his people and tells them what he's going to do with the taxes, as an example. Totally open. Maybe I have an ideal view on how a kingdom should be, but this is how the kingdoms in the New Golden Age will be, where the people love their rulers, and the king rules over his people as if it were his body. The beginning of this was the Third Reich as an example. Everybody loved him. Of course, you're brainwashed to believe that back then that Hitler was the most evil maniac in the world, but if you research the truth online, you will see him in a totally different light. He had the support of his people because he spoke the truth. Unlike all politicians today that keep lying and lying and lying and just doing the Zionist bidding. Anyhow, in the New Golden Age, we will have peace and freedom, and there will be a spiritual cleansing as well. And of course, you can understand that these books will never be printed again. This filth that they propagate through the mass media will be stopped. You can understand then how people would burn books. Mind, the greatest book burnings took place after the war ended in the Third Reich because they had to delete from the collective consciousness of the people, of the German people, the truth on the Zionist or international global Jewry that controls world affairs. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I just wanted to make a rant on the filth in our society. Hails. Well, what I wanted to add shortly is I grew up as a skater, as a rapper, and always listened to Tupac Amaru Shakur, Biggie Smalls, Dr. Dre, Jay-Z, well, all those rappers, old school rappers. And at the very beginning, it's like Snoop Doggy Dogg. At the very beginning, when I was young, I was like, what is this type of music? But I kept listening to it, and I get used to the beats. And some of them are really nice. So I'm not making it all bad, but that's become such a normality to use curse words, to use motherfucking this, motherfucking that, or bitches and whores, niggas this, because it's so cool, that it's no longer noble. It's actually filthy, but we have become blind to it, to what it actually means. I personally now like chill out music, electro techno, something that has a nice beat and no real message, but that gets you going, you know. Anyhow, cheers.